Hi, welcome back to Budget Stuff Save Repeat. I am going to do another one of those videos about real life budgeting. I didn't plan on doing another one so quickly, but I saw something on YouTube. I was watching a video of another budgeter and it just prompted me to make this video. So, let me first say thank you for being here. Again, there's no cash stuffing, and I don't plan on doing many more of these back to back to back, but I really did want to get this information out there. So thank you for being here. I am Melissa. So let's jump into it. The funny thing is, I made a video about what I'm going to talk about today, and I never posted it. I just didn't, I don't know. I didn't, I thought it was too wordy and I just didn't post it. So I was listening to, and I don't know her name, but her channel's name is In the Mood for Budgeting. And she was telling her story about how she was checking her credit report and something popped up on her credit report that was in collections. And when she was telling her story, it was the same exact thing that happened to me. And so I was like, oh my goodness, I have to tell the story because it has a happy ending, but it is something that we have to be aware of. So I really want to talk about, do you guys check your credit scores? Do you go on Credit Karma, which is free, and check your credit scores? So Credit Karma, they just display TransUnion and Equifax. And if you want to see Expedian or Experian, you have to go and download their app. But you can see your credit score for free on those two apps. I have the apps on my phone, and just monitor it. So I monitor mines often. I was looking at it like every day, every other day, something like that. And one day my score dropped something like 90 points. And I'm like, what happened? And it's like, hey, you got something in collections. And I know I don't have anything in collections. I never had anything collection, and I pay my bills on time. So I find out that it's with AT&T, and I am a customer of AT&T. So I really thought that was suspicious, because how is it that I have active phone service if I have something in collections with them? So long story short, I called AT&T. I called the collection agency. They don't give you much information. So I just called AT&T and I talked to their fraud department, and they wouldn't give me information, but they did verify that I had something in collections for, it was over $2,000. And I was able to go, they directed me to a website and download the affidavit, and I had to get a police report. I had to, fill out this affidavit saying what happened and proving who I am so that they could remove it from my credit report. And they did, but the person had my social security number. The person had my maiden name. So the debt was in my first name and my maiden name. So and that's the kind of stuff that can help prove. I have a marriage license to show, when I got married, when I changed my name, and that I've been using my married name ever since then. But it's frustrating. And it feels like a lot of work, because you send something and they say that's not enough and you have to send something else. But it was worth it, because it wasn't my debt. And if it was my debt, then I would be paying it. But so it's just like, in this world that we live in, I don't think that we could totally protect ourselves. We've all been exposed because of the hacks and just the nature of the world right now. So the things that I do to protect myself: number one, I monitor. And I think a lot of us in this community, we do monitor. We check our bank accounts daily. I would encourage you to check your credit report and just see what is being listed under you. If there's an address that's not yours, we think nothing of it, but take the time to get that removed from your credit report. The second thing I have done, and is currently here, and I've done this for the longest time because I've had other hacks in previous years, is I have a credit freeze on. So, and that was the amazing part. This happened to me even with my credit being frozen. And so I could prove that my credit was frozen. So AT&T has to acknowledge that, hey, you extended credit to someone without doing all the proper checks. So how do you freeze your credit? So I went to Experian, and my credit's been frozen for so long that I had to write a letter back in the day, and or when I called, I can't even remember, honestly. I remember signing something to acknowledge that I wanted my credit frozen, and they sent me a PIN number in the mail, and I had to have this PIN anytime I wanted to use my credit. And so just think about buying a house, refinancing a house, buying a car. I would have to have this PIN number so I could unfreeze my credit so they could pull my credit. But now you can do it right on their app. I can freeze my credit, and when I freeze my credit with Experian, it freezes it for all 3 credit bureaus. And when I need to do something, like we just purchased a new car, they ran my credit. They says, oh, we can't run Melissa's because it's frozen. I just grabbed my phone. I clicked the button to unfreeze it. He ran it. He says, I got what I need. And I put the button back on so that it's frozen again. So I would encourage you to freeze your credit. It doesn't cost you anything. It will be annoying if you are in the middle of a transaction and it gets held up because it's frozen, but it only takes seconds now to unfreeze it and they can run it again. So this is just like you're setting up things so even when the scammers get through, you can say, hey, I had my credit frozen, and you'll know the date when you put that on. And like I said, the only other thing you can do is monitor. Just keep checking. Check your stuff. Know what you have. Unfortunately, it's going to happen. It's not the end of the world. Stay on top of it if you do find it, and just go through the necessary steps, because no action ends up validating that you're the one that's responsible. And we're all trying to be on this debt-free journey. So it's a part of the journey. Take care of your business, know what you have, and know what you owe so that you can fight whatever you don't owe. So I'm sorry for everyone this is going to happen to. If that AT&T thing pops up on yours, instead of calling the credit bureaus and the collection agency, if you go right to AT&T, I found that their process was it's a process, but at least, there's a website and, where you can upload your information and start the process, and everything was communicated to me in my email. So I have records of it, and I can always go back and say, hey, this matter was resolved if it ever pops up again. So I hope this is somewhat helpful. My next real life budgeting hopefully won't be scary. It'll be light and airy, but I appreciate you guys being here, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.